So this is the story I will be doing the editorial on. The Senate talks politics no eso. For people who don't know, I have a channel. I'm a training. I show my face and I talk. Once a channel where me to me post videos and all that, but our channel is to me post videos ne nyama. Inti no sa channel ne din Senate talks politics. What you say? Inti no sa channel ne so no. And then mekasa was story way so. But I just want to report on this story, and then the editorial I'll be doing, no, I'll do it on that platform. If you want to subscribe to that platform, the link is in the comment box. Click and then follow on that platform as well. Now I'll say a brazen judicial coup. Minority slams Mahama over Chief Justice suspension. That's say the minority in Parliament. Omo Katre, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama say, "Adia wadia Chief Justice no, a coup d'etat." Yanking kind. Also, the minority in Parliament has condemned President John Dramani Mahama's decision to suspend the Chief Justice Gertrude Araba Tokonu, describing it as a brazen judicial coup and a reckless abuse of executive power. Also, in a statement issued on Monday, April 22nd, 2025, the minority accused the president of engaging in political vengeance and undermining judicial independence, especially while legal challenges to the Chief Justice's removal are still pending before the Supreme Court. Also, this move is nothing short of a brazen judicial coup, a reckless abuse of executive power, and a direct assault on the independence of Ghana's judiciary, the statement read. Also, the minority argued that suspending the Chief Justice under these circumstances amounts to a violation of due process and a dangerous overreach by the executive. Naturally, say, "Adie we are His Excellency John Dramani Mahama waye no." Say, "Oni hu kwan, oni hu tumi say also oye de oye." Ati say, "As a tumi aye de amano no or abusing no." Basically, the okano no. Also, they likened the action to the 1963 removal of Chief Justice Sir Aku Kosa by President Kwame Nkrumah, a decision widely criticized as executive interference in judicial affairs. On Tomotre say 1963 Kwame Nkrumah eyebi na Kwame Nkrumah de na woye ye nkrofo bebrebo Kwame Nkrumah echi into that's the same thing as His Excellency John Dramani Mahama waye. At least me Melodies amiti he as a supporter of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and as obia me votima NDC no. If MPP for air catch me say His Excellency John Dramani Mahama say adie bi a waye it said the Kwame Nkrumah ye na. It's not something I'll be sad about. I'm just being frank with you. Say MPP for catch me say Mahama edi jumebi na jumana His Excellency John Dramani Mahama wedi ene Kwame Nkrumah jumedie bi a wodi ye ese eno hunti Mahama ye nipa bonini a. I don't think say it is something I worry myself about, because the MPP is comparing Kwame Nkrumah, is comparing Mahama to Kwame Nkrumah. And as far as I know, and as far as every single, event saying, pro-Africanist, in Nimno, comparing you to Kwame Nkrumah simply means you are great. And so if the MPP is comparing Mahama to Kwame Nkrumah, seriously, I don't see anything wrong with that. And that's just me. I say, it is an unpardonable affront to the rule of law that the president has proceeded to suspend the Chief Justice while the Supreme Court is yet to rule on the constitutionality of the very process being used against her. The statement said, as someone MPP for can say, Assem no ewo court, ewo Supreme Court, Dintiana, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama will take action. Intina mwaje no say na Assem no go Supreme Court ni delay no. To say dom level case no. E ko pio Supreme Court ye delay no for 3 years no. Nanka 3 years ye guso aye si o ye ko Supreme Court and ye Mahama mon take action. His Excellency mon take action na enam sana ye ko Supreme Court ye namwa ni enamwa na 3 years aba between na still yes sa intinanga modi eno no. Assembly of Supreme Court didn't tell His Excellency John Dramani Mahama will take action. Didn't tell no yes sir. Nanka also chairman Supreme Court did decision ba sir. What's stopping the Supreme Court from deciding? They should go on and still decide. If they think that what His Excellency John Dramani Mahama has done right now is unconstitutional, they should declare it. And the Supreme Court should declare it. So they should go on and decide. No one is stopping the Supreme Court from deciding. No one is stopping them. So they should go on. Say, Assembly of Supreme Court into mind taking action. That was strategy one. So, Indiana, anyway, that's it. I say, the group further alleged that the suspension was politically motivated, citing President Mahama's 2023 remarks in Akosombo, where he reportedly declared intentions to balance the judiciary with judges aligned with the National Democratic Congress. Okay, if His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is saying he wants to balance the judiciary, is that not what NPP you should be crying for? Say Mahama can say or see obe balance judiciary no na sa ade na wo kan na ade na wo o kan na no na wogu so awoye. But is that not what we want in our democracy? Don't we need a balance in the judiciary? Or you think the judiciary should always be one side to favor you? You see how it is? A favor or na ye free for balance and the balance ya de bone. Balance say equality ebeba pepepe yo beba no ene de wo say Mahama kokko kan wo baby say judiciary no ba obema ba be ye pepepe obema ye balance so that MPP into me we are NDC into me we are MPP na sa de na wo kan no na wo ye na so kan sa asem na boni bi wom say judiciary e wo say wo mu gina for pepepe yo ye say ye be mo ama aba be ye pepepe a nka boni wom aho prepare inti won say one more. First you compared His Excellency John Dramani Mahama to Kwame Nkrumah, which is not something bad. To compare Mahama to Kwame Nkrumah, it's not anything bad. Secondly, you are saying Mahama said that he was going to balance the judiciary, and that is exactly what he is doing. Is there anything wrong with that? If he said he was going to balance the judiciary, and indeed he's balancing the judiciary, is that not what Ghanaians want? Is that not why we voted for him? So what's wrong with you? Also, this is not about accountability. It's about raw political control. It is neither good governance nor a credible attempt to reset the judiciary. It is a tyranny, the minority asserted. The minority has warned the Mahama administration, vowing to resist any further attempts to harass or unlawfully remove the Chief Justice. Also, any further attempts to harass, intimidate, or unlawfully remove the Chief Justice will be met with fierce legal and public resistance. Okay, that's it. Public resistance. In that say, the legal fraternity, civil society, and all defenders of democracy will not stand idly by while the judiciary is turned into an appendage of the executive. The minority called for immediate reinstatement of Chief Justice Tokonu and the suspension of all removal proceedings until the Supreme Court has ruled on the matter. And so that is the statement coming from the minority. Obviously, we are Lipakra Nensa, Ewa say, or see enough is enough. If I can't answer what I say, I find you market. We just say, Sankrata, we are find you market, I try to hold the data. We are just about try to hold the data because don't say Chief Justice, you be removing it, there is no problem with that. I feel you market mobile cool because I say public resistance, not just say publicly mobile cool. Yate, Mumrambekun. Me say, sad story we are Abbey. I am going to do an editorial on it. Okay, I am going to do an editorial on it on channel now. Link in the comment box. You'd want to subscribe to that channel. But let's read comments and see what Ghanaians are saying. I don't want to say anything about this because editorial no matter was our channel. So you'd want to wait for the editorial I'm going to do. I'll say, if following the constitution to remove incompetence is a coup, so be it. At least the Ghanaian will gain some trust in the judiciary once more. As simple as that. I see, she's part of the corrupt leaders or gangs of square peg in a round hole. By to one step forward, two steps backward. A gang of criminals turned politicians led by Gabi appointed her to watch them back. I say, when is Kenufuyata, aka Borrow and Loot, returning to Ghana? I thought the OSP said April. Kenufuyata asked him. OSP need them better mechanism. Obi say Mahama Abwei Muntie 3. Damn, Mahama doesn't learn. He's more than stupid. Ashimu as Aderi Ashimu. Ali Ashimu. Ay. Ashimu papa. Azewe Ashie MPP VOW. Ashie omo rough. Say Chief Justice ya suspended no. I even ashim or one rough. MPP for ashim wo. Za they tell ashim was ah. As I say we are going. Ade, ede eshisha bobo. Eshisha bobo. Amama kai me story bi. Me kai GSS. Na GSS yetaye practicals. School na me koye no mo tre home econ ne ye catering. Catering. Inti ye aside GSS nyama yesua no ye sanso wo course bi a ye catering inti no once in a term ye be practicals inti the whole class e be nu aduane ye de mo be hihye group mu na ya ma mo nnuane amonua inti embre bi na me group ye ma ye aduane se ye na edu sambre na wan hwe ya nkrofo wan hwe wo nyama ya ye be wiawia inti edu sambre no e wo se o ma weni kọ wo nyama ho wati ase that the sending nyama odi aba school na say weni kọ ho ana we ingredients inti edu sambre no na me group e wo say ye fruit salad na fruit salad no ye say ye the milk ebe wo no ye be hwa ne say obi aba be wi ye milk ye milk aye de be fruit salad no obi aba be wi milk no ye nso ade na ye no ade na ye no ye ewo workshop like ye wo place bi aye catering no ye nye wo classroom ho inti obi aba be wi milk inti metenase na me analyze it free me call abremo na me analyze issues so inti metenase na me analyze na me ka say da bi nipa kuna we wi aye milk no there is no way obe use milk no e wo room ho because enye obia na wo ye bibi aye milk ya na ye milk enyama no enye obia as a groups no ni ye two pe the second group no mun so use milk insem no omo kita omo milk ho nti metenase na me hu say da bi nipa kuna owi aye milk no ntumi use wo edem ho because in groups two pe any ye use milk e wo ye nnuane mu tete nipa kro no milk no by this time odi akosie e wo ye classroom ne bag mu nti me group for yes anyama na me tete na me hu say girl bi no wakọ classroom wo ne we pie no wakọ classroom na me ka say no na me nkonko he e na me call classroom na me ko search bags ni na me hu girl ne bag na me hu say ye milk na ayera no pepepe e she girl ne bag e na me ko yi milk no na me tu ne bag ni e na me de ba me group for na me ka say he hu milk no no bi sam say milk no me ko hu wen am ga so onye kom milk no asume senior benten girl we on in the group in the wi until you dey yen steady inti girl no e call back to your class say o ko hwe ne bag nim inti ni na ne ye hwe no o call back to say o ko hwe ne bag nim a ko hwe bag nim a milk ni nim no o buy no e na afei obebo eye ne group for no ne o mo wi a milk no ama ne inti ne etumete wo mo ano so o ka say milk no obi aba be ye fi bag nim ne sanse ya dia wo mu wi aye linti na afi o mu tumi nka edin e mo obi ante o mu tumi report e mo obi ante itu tumi hu ne se wo mu nya ya nka o mu besu wo ho se milk na yera na so o mu nim se milk no mu kokko wi aye nti o mu aye kom na o mu tete ho na ase ne ba ne sen ade so hwe ho de nti no se nti hu ne tumi ba be fa na me yet me ni me group ne ti wo ne ye hwe o mu na o mu kasa o mu ano o mu tumi anka huti omo ntumi ankwa report ama teacher omo ntumi an report omo ntumi anye hwe because no munim so mo di money the same thing in that MPP4 the same thing in there at MPP4 no MPP4 ni nim say bibi koso na so mo tumi bi omo no nka nti e hihye omo bo ene ayo kra no chief justice nkra ene de ntia na mo yesa ene de ntia na MPP4 musu de ntia na musu why are you crying say wonim say boni bi entechria why mumbra bo mum form chest mbra bo ntin say ane o de ene hwe ye be kasa chief justice no oyeye nipa ntia na ye kasa ma no mumbra meken munye mema biom. They won't try what your comment box ni why. But that's it.